We can now bring in Cynthia Illouz, founder of the Women's Voices, who joins us from New York. Thank you so much for speaking to us here on France 24. What can we expect with the Trump 2.0?
Yes, regarding gender equality, I'm not very confident. We were expecting a huge gender gap. We had 10% of women voters. More than men voters in this election, but we were expecting maybe more. And as you mentioned previously, obviously Kamala Harris didn't respond to the promise of women, maybe because she speaks primarily about abortion, but she forgot a lot of a different issue regarding gender equality. I can mention also, for example, the poverty of women here in the United States. You know that more than 15 millions of women are poor in this country. So probably she completely forgot them. And also the middle class was not a theme of her campaign. So the Democrats has to think about a new way to talk to the people. And regarding Donald Trump, we can be very afraid because, as you remember, he has been charged about different things, including sexual violence.
Indeed. Let's talk about what Donald Trump's policies could entail a second time around, because, of course, we know that under his appointment of the Supreme Court justices, we had the U.S. Supreme Court that overturned Roe versus Wade. What could he potentially do next when it comes to abortion? Because he says he wants it to be up to the states, but could we, in fact, see a nationwide ban or something of that effect?
I think he's going to be a little less fierce about this topic because he saw there's a huge part of the population that are very sensitive to this issue. You know also that during the presidential election, there were different questions to the voters regarding abortion, and the abortion right was a little bit extended in different states. So I think we have to be very careful about it, but it's also question about reproductive rights, but more specifically about health in general. And we can be a little bit scared about how you're going to manage this question on health. That people here are not really protect about Medicare, Medicaid. He was not really responding to this proposition. So this is an issue that we are going to check.
And he said he could potentially put Robert F. Kennedy in charge of health. I don't want to talk about that, but I want to talk about what other things Democrats, when it comes to women's rights, they could go ahead and chip away at. Could potentially the right to divorce be what they come for next? The Republicans, rather?
Yeah, that's true. G.D. Vance, who was the one to talk about the childless cat lady, trying to mention that those women have specific statues that are single because they probably refuse to be married, or maybe they get an abortion. He even said something very concern for gender equality. He says even women are facing violence in their own couple. They shouldn't divorce, and that is bad for the children. And even in case of physical violence in their own couple, they need to stay in a marital status. So obviously, it's a very concerning issue.
We'll see how things pan out once Trump does take office next year. Thank you very much for that, Cynthia. Cynthia Illouz joining